This is immigration attorney Parviz Malakouti, and in this video I want to talk about one particular aspect of the new 2019 Dream and Promise Act. Of course, that's the act that was introduced in March last month by House Democrats. I put up a video 2 days ago talking about the eligibility requirements, just summarizing the eligibility requirements for the proposed act. And since then, I got a bunch of questions which boil down basically to 4 questions. And all of them are about the benefit that is being proposed by the act. In this video, I'm going to address those questions. So first of all, just to be clear, this act is not law yet, okay? It may never become law. Right now, it's just an act that's being proposed. So this is not the law to act on now. First question I got was, if this act was passed, would somebody who is applying for conditional legal residence be able to travel? And the answer is yes. By the text of the act, a person who applies for conditional permanent residence under the act would be able to apply for advanced parole. Obviously, if that advanced parole is granted, the person could then travel. So that was the first question. The second question I got is, what happens at the end of the 10-year period of conditional permanent residence if the condition is not removed? And the answer to that is, if the condition is not removed at the end of 10 years, the person goes back to the immigration status they had before they applied for the conditional residence. So if somebody was undocumented, if somebody had no status, they would go back to having no status. The third question I got was, what happens if at the time of applying for the conditional residence, you already have fulfilled the requirements that are necessary under the act to remove the conditions? Okay, so if you remember, there were 4 ways that you remove the condition from the legal permanent residence, and that would be 1, if you got a 4-year degree; 2, if you had 2 years of study to a 4-year degree; 3, if you served in the armed forces, military for 2 years, excuse me. And the 4th way you could remove that condition was if you worked full-time for 3 years. So if at the time of applying for the conditional legal residence, if you have one of those 4, you don't have to have the conditional legal residence. You can apply straight for the legal permanent residence, which is the green card, under this act, if the act were to pass. So those were the first 3 questions. And the 4th question that I got was, what would happen if somebody came to the country when they were 18? So if they came after the 18th birthday. And the answer to that question is, if they're applying as a dreamer, they would not qualify under this act. Now, there's a different section of the act which deals with TPS, people from temporary protected status countries. It's only a handful of countries. If somebody comes from one of them, the requirements are a little bit different. But for somebody who is a dreamer, or basically somebody who maybe just missed the cutoff for DACA because they were a little bit too old, they wouldn't qualify, unfortunately, under this act if they were at least 18 years old when they came to this country. That's it. I hope that helped. If you have any questions that you'd like to see addressed in a future video, just write it in the comment. If I get enough people asking for the same thing, I'll be happy to do another video. And if you have any comments on the video or any opinions, by all means, put them in the comment section as well, and we'll get a discussion going. That's it. Thank you.